tournament. So what you're going to have to do is you're going to have Doggo versus Beware Chair on the loser side of the bracket, right? And then the winner of that will be facing Asmodee. But for you to be able to beat Asmodee in this tournament, you have to knock him from the winner's side, the top part of this tournament, knock them into the same level to you, and then be able to face them in a legit best set of fives there. So you're kind of knocking them into the loser side and then knocking them out of the tournament, so to speak. So I mean, right now, whoever wins this against, or this matchup between Doggo and Beware Cheer will go against Asmodee. But the real question is who's going to win this matchup. So we'll have to see. If we're looking at the Australia Winter Championship, Doggo got second place in this event, and Chair got fifth. So if we're going off of recency, Doggo has the advantage. So we'll have to see what happens. But Chair has also been playing a lot more of the neutral game, and we'll have to see who's able to take that neutral game going into game number 1.
And yeah, Doggo got second, Chair got fifth, and who finished ahead of them? Asmodee. But enough about that. We're getting into the first game of this particular set. We have a lot of light attacks coming out from these two players. And we're getting a lot of aerial attacks because these are just like light attacks galore, especially guns. And then we're getting the D-Light in the side air, which is like the sword classic. It's a really big damage builder move. We might get some cannon play because we also get dares galore because in my opinion, hot take, I'm not going to say any hot takes, but I was about to say it was the same couple moves over and over again. But that is detrimental to the fact that Doggo is now up a stock with that gravity cancel D-Light in a recovery on the sword. One of my personal favorite moves. It's pretty satisfying to hit, honestly, AJ.
Yeah, and with that being said, I mean, we're a minute in. Doggo has really taken this neutral control over Chair at this current point in time. And we're seeing that here. I mean, Chair is going down to the second stock already in the orange as we're minute 15 in. But Doggo goes crazy on the fucking Chair, and Chair is now down to that final stock. But that's what happens when you have control of the matchup over your opponent.
Yeah, and you cursed again. You said the upward, so I'm rolling my eyes right now in complete disbelief. This is a family-friendly stream, by the way. Yeah, sorry guys, I'm being a little aggressive, but yeah. Anyway, Doggo was up a full stock. This might be a 3 stock. If Doggo can do a lot more damage, he almost got that gravity cancel down signature. That would have been a 3 stock possibility, but it's not going to be a 3 stock because he is now dead. Chair is still at orange, and Doggo does have a chance to get a JB2. Should he play perfect? This might be a JB3. Never mind, it's not going to be a JB3. It will just go down as a 2 stock for the rest of the time. He goes for 3 neutral signatures all back to back to back. That's not very good, and that's going to be the game because Chair can't get back up. Never mind, and never mind to that as well.
Yeah, for sure. And with that being said, I mean, that game was definitely very interesting. We're going into game number 2. Chair is still on that Lucian, while we actually see Doggo go over to the Lucian as well with a different skin. So we'll see what happens here. But I mean, we have a ditto match between Chair and Doggo at this point.
Yeah, and should Chair win this game, he'll be back in grand finals against Asmodee. I'm not sure if... Oh yeah, Doggo did play against Asmodee. I just realized because Asmodee won the Winter Championship just last month. So yeah, we got a whole lot of history between whoever will face Asmodee in Grants. Either Chair or Doggo. In the words of One Republic, you and me got a whole lot of history, if you know that song. Sorry. Apologies.
No, and that's definitely correct. And they definitely have a lot of history. And we're seeing a lot of history of clashing between both these players at this current round. They just keep on clashing back and forth. But I will say it's staying relatively even. Doggo is trying to play the guitar game against Chair. But now we have 2 guitar players going against each other, trying to do something. And we see a lot of neutral light, down light recovery combos. We're seeing a lot of neutral light, just a lot of like solo attacks here and there. But it seems like Chair feels a lot more comfortable with those blasters going into this.
Side air. We're getting a lot of side airs, and that recovery almost takes Chair out of another lead. Oh, Link, that might actually be a really big punish, and it does a side air from the edge of the stage. I think that might be the punish, and he goes for the ground pound, or sorry, recovery. Exhaustive recovery gets him a foot straight to the top of the head, and he goes down a stock. Chair finally has a pretty decent lead over Doggo, and now Chair's gonna fall. There it is.
Yeah, very nice job coming out Doggo there and being able to knock out Chair's first stock. Is a minute 30 in. So, I mean, Doggo's is going to try to go ahead and make things a little bit more even, but looks like they're trying to play a little bit more of the blaster game as well, while Chair has those guitars. But here's the thing, Chair's neutral control is also very, very good. But Doggo is really countering that with those blasters at this point. They're using that range very, very well. And originally we saw Chair go get to Osmodi with that scythe, which is a little bit more medium to close range, and be able to get like smacked a little bit. I didn't expect that blasters to really be able to do that. So I mean, this is something that Chair really has to adapt to. That neutral there comes out. That's a nice little adaptation there. Picks up those blasters, gets the recovery there on the Doggo, and Doggo is now down to the final stock.
Doggo is up a game, so there's a lot of ground. He doesn't have much ground to make up because he's up a full game. But if he were down a game and Chair would be one game away from winning, I don't know how to put that in words. He would need to do a lot of work. But Doggo has a lot of work to do regardless. Neutral signature ultimately misses. Side air side lights. We're getting a lot of neutral signatures coming out from Doggo. Side air almost takes Chair out. And he can't get back up. He didn't touch the wall.
He definitely did not, but that makes things even between both these players as we're going into this round. I mean, this is definitely very major. Whoever wins this round really has this advantage to make things even here. Oh, but Chair trying to change things around. He tries to. Turnaround. They're going back and forth off that ledge, and I think both of them realize, like, okay, that's a little bit too risky for both of us. We're gonna go back to platform, take that neutral control as much as we can, but then they're just going back off ledge. Chair is trying to bring Doggo off that ledge right now.
That was actually ridiculous. Those offstage shenanigans, it really could have been anyone's game off the edge of the stage. Both players are now on their last stock of this particular game. Chair does not want to lose this, which he will, and now Chair's one game away. If he loses this next game, he'll be out of the tournament in third place, and Doggo will get a rematch of the winners of Winters. Should Doggo win this game, he'll get a rematch of Winters with this Modi. If he can take out Chair. We're going to Demon Island again.
Yeah, we are, and I think Doggo feels very comfortable going against Chair at this point with those 2 points extra to their name. So I mean, you're feeling comfortable if you're Doggo, but if you're Chair, you need to win the next 3 games in a row. And they tried to with those blasters towards the end of that round too, and I thought they were going to have the upper advantage, but Doggo's movement was able to counter what Chair was throwing out. And Chair might try to go off edge a little bit here with those guitars, because it looks like it's catching Doggo a little bit off of guard as well. And this is only 15 seconds in. If Chair is like this throughout the entire round, that's gonna be a game changer here.
Yeah, and he'll need to be a game changer. He'll need to have this game changer mentality, because he needs to win 3 games back to back to back if he wants to get that winners finals rematch against this Modi. And like I said, Doggo, I haven't mentioned this yet, but Doggo, if he wins this, it'll be a Kingdom only Grand Finals. A Kingdom Allegiance only Grand Finals, by the way. Misses the side signature, the grab and cancel side signature. Failure. Almost got side stuff. Dare into neutral air. It's just like aerial moves galore from either weapon. Like,
indeed. What? But right now, I mean, we're a minute in between both these players. Who's going to get the advantage? It looks like it's going to be Chair having that advantage going into this. But Doggo can get this knockout very, very easily right afterwards. So if Chair's too aggressive, he almost was just there. But oh, Doggo with that orb silent side air knockout makes things even between both these players. So, I mean, it just came down to Doggo adapting and right after that knockout and getting this knockout option on the Chair, and things are relatively even so far, but Doggo seems to be starting to build a little bit of a lead over Chair at this point.
And we're gonna see, like, we've seen this time and time again, like, when you take Brace, I just don't know when to say when we're getting a lot of attacks going out, and there's really not much interesting things to say. Like, in those situations, I absolutely suck. But I know everyone gets better. Neutral light. side air, misses the side air. We're seeing a lot of neutral light in the side air. A lot of side airs from Chair are missing, but Chair needs a huge lead. And he's not going to get that. He is now on his tournament stock. He has to take 2 stocks off one of the best players in the region of Australia, or else he'll be out in 3rd place. Okay, I'm not sure what... Okay, is Doggo trolling? He was like literally spamming A over and over and over again. Is he trolling? No, he's not trolling. He taunted. He taunted out of respect. I'm not sure what... yeah. But good thing he's not disconnected.
But either way, I mean, right now it is even on Demon Island. Doggo is up 2 games over Chair. Chair needs to go ahead and take advantage of what Doggo really gave him as much as they possibly can. It is very close right now. Chair comes in with that Lucian down signature, tries to be like, you know what, we're going to try to knock you out here. Tries to get maybe another down signature. You bring up that as well. Neutral air, maybe a downlight recovery. But it's Demon Island. You got to worry about that ceiling on this map. A neutral air comes in. We see a neutral signature.
Misses the neutral signature. He misses the neutral signature. We might be able to take this up. He might be able to take this game, but it is red. No, Doggo's a red, and he gravity canceled downward angled signature attack keeps Chair alive for 1 more game. And it looks like we're going back to Sidra in the favor of Doggo. And we're going to one of the 3 most common stages. It looks like we're going to Fortress of Lions.
Indeed, it does look like we're going there. And we're seeing Doggo go back over to that Sidra in game number 4. And Chair, I mean, took advantage of what Doggo really gave him. I don't know if Doggo was trying to do that to be Doggo or what. But we're all in small Fortress of Lions here.
It's just Fortress of Lions.
Yeah, and at this point, I mean, if you're Chair, you gotta be a little bit more comfortable, but you can't be too comfortable, especially when you're down another game over Doggo. And I mean, Doggo is now in the orange of that first stock within the first 20 seconds due to Chair.
It's just absolutely blasters and invisible bullets. Like, I'm not sure what those yellow things are called, but let's just say those to the face, because Doggo's getting a lot of them to the face. He is already in the red, when honestly he should have a lot more damage in his opinion. And looks like we're gonna get into the D-Light recovery, and that obviously that's like the gun special. We see like so many guns players do that all the time to take off stocks, and well, D-Light recovery is like the gun special, at least in my opinion. But Chair is up a stock, and he needs to take 2 more games. He needs to take these 5 stocks off Doggo, if I'm not mistaken. He might have just faked him out. He doesn't.
Yeah, and right now we're a minute 10 in. I mean, Doggo is trying to get this knockout on the Chair. Chair has enough movement options to come back to platform, and Chair is doing a lot better. But he
messed up.
He did mess up, and he got too risky off that ledge. And now it's 2 stocks all, but Chair has a tad bit of a lead. But if Doggo could say anything about it right here, that might change.
Yeah, you are right. Chair is a lead, but it could actually evaporate. Because Doggo, like I said, I can't say anything. I apologize, but we still have a lot of game to go through. He gets the ground pound, but I thought he was... I'm not sure if he was thinking it was going to go all the way down to the bottom of the screen, but Chair is going to get sent to the bottom of the screen, but he does manage to touch the edge, so he is not dead just yet, but he almost gets all 3 exclamation points on the wall slit. Side stick does not kill for Chair, and like, we're getting a lot of moves that could kill, because like, only a couple moves, and Chair will be gone. Did he just mess up? Like, and he gets the absolute turnaround. Chair only has a little bit left to take this game, but still a long way to go if he wants to get that winner's finals rematch against his buddy. And he needs as much damage as possible. He needs damage, and more damage. And that is going to mean a last stock situation in game 4. Doggo, if he wants to get that rematch of winner championships against his buddy, he has to take 1 more stock to go on and fight her in grand finals.
Yeah, and I think he just feels really comfortable right now with that Sidra. I think right now Chair picks up those blasters. He may not feel as comfortable though when Chair picks up those blasters, because he's been absolutely wrecking through Doggo's stocks, especially in the beginning of this round with those blasters. So we'll see what happens. We're seeing as soon as Chair goes over to his blasters, we're kind of seeing Doggo being a little bit more like floaty, a little bit more floaty aggressive, so to speak, against Chair. But Chair is able to read it, gets the downlight into recovery. Doggo now in the red. All Chair needs is a knockout option.
That might be it. That might be it. Chair might be up. That's it.
Doggo.
And he turn around. Oh, there it is. There it.
Oh,
No, it's not.
no! What the f has happened? Chair
And that
with
has to
the
be the most
reversal.
insane comeback I have ever seen.
We're going
That
to
is
game
ridiculous,
5.
Chair. You are a madman of this region. One more game to decide who goes to Grand.
We're going to game number 5.
Yeah, even Doggo's admitting he
Holy.
messed up. He's saying oops in the in-game chat. That is
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Well, that was definitely an oops. But I mean, here's the thing, though. I mean, Doggo had this 4-piece combo, and most times that would knock out. But Chair had one more jump and took advantage of it. Got that blaster dare, and that just worked out very, very well. So we're going to game number 5. Chair knows those blasters are countering Doggo in the situation. So hopefully they use them a lot more as we go to Fortress of Lions here. But it should be rather interesting.
I'm still in awe after what happened in that last game. Like, seriously, if Chair didn't get that dare, he would have been out of the tournament, and I'm assuming that if that happened, a game, but like the grand finals would have started right around now. But thank God it didn't, if you're Chair, because this is a game 5 situation. The next 3 stocks, this is the last game to decide who will be going against Asmoni in the grand finals of this particular tournament. I've said that a lot, but we have to keep going. We have to keep going with this tournament. Nair after Nair after Nair. This might be the kill. Does not get the neutral signature. They both miss neutral signatures. One gets a neutral signature, one gets a neutral signature. They both miss.
Indeed, they both do miss. But right now, I mean, Doggo is down a little bit over Chair. And here's the thing, though. Chair's come back very, very nicely. Comes in with that neutral air into weapon throw knockout onto Doggo. And Doggo has to be feeling like, uh-oh, that last game is kind of messing with me a little bit. And Chair it's just benefiting Chair like crazy. I mean, he's getting these blaster attacks very, very nicely. I think we're seeing Doggo trying to move out of these different attacks that Chair's really throwing out, but Chair's landing them very, very well. Oh, but we see double neutral air coming in from Doggo. And Chair comes in with a dare as well. Tries to bait into a neutral air, but Doggo's sword recovery does not knock out. As Sire launches Chair off that ledge. And Chair gets risky, and Doggo gets the punish.
One more cider.
No.
Oh, he doesn't. He was like just a few pixels. If he's not frames, if not pixels away from touching that wall to get back on stage, and he loses his 1 stock lead. It's 2 in terms of the stocks, and we might actually get some sword action. I'm more of a sword player than a gauntlet, spear, axe, or anything. I'm more of a sword player than anything. And that might be a really good punish. You miss the neutral signature. In a lot of cases, when you miss a neutral signature, especially on a sword neutral signature like Sydra's, it can really lead to a lot of punishes.
Yeah.
Oh,
sure. Oh, that's gonna be a punish. Yeah,
he's got perfect punish. Chair's not gonna be able to get back up. He does.
He does.
He does. He's got to let him back on stage, please. Yeah. I wanted them to go back on stage, or else that would just be straight up greedy. And that downline recovery is not going to be it just yet. I think one more do it.
There you go.
And that's the second recovery, 2nd time's the charm. And just like that, Doggo a couple games ago was 2 games up. Now, if he loses the stock, he'll go home in 3rd place. No, he'll close Brawlhalla at this session in 3rd place. And now it's going to be one of them, because this is the last stock to decide who will be going up against this Modi in the grand finals.
Indeed, indeed, and it has been relatively back and forth between these players. We're seeing Doggo really punishing Chair, but we're also seeing Chair do a lot better with those blasters and kind of using those guitars for damage buildup. So we get dare neutral light recovery coming in from Chair. using that platform for those different style of Katara combos to build damage. Doggo is now in the orange of that final stock. And Doggo now picks up cannon, is going to try to use that range as much as they can, but Cher comes in the neutral air. You try to go off the ledge, and Doggo's been doing very well off ledge, but has been giving Cher opportunities to come back, and it's not good, especially right now where Cher is coming into Silite Neutralite with Doggo in the red of that final stock. As we're 4 minutes in, Doggo picks up that, has a sword, gets the neutral air.
We have
trying to use that range, but it is getting close.
We have been half of a game, and that now to determine that is a get out of here. You had 2 games up, and now you blow it. I'm sorry, Doggo, but that was a little offensive.
But either way, Cher did a fantastic job. Reverse 3 gaming Doggo, and Doggo, I mean, felt very, very comfortable. And I said that going into game number 3, just because